Greetings everybody, this is Shiloh's tech vlog, tech video log. My last one that I did was on DSL versus cable, and I wanted to bring up another topic today that I've been having a slew of issues with recently out in the field. Overheating computers and laptops and desktops. And of course the dog is right here. Say hello. Hello. She just came inside and now she's demanding my attention. However, I wanted to go ahead and make this video. Computers, laptops, and desktops overheating. There are a few common issues, and this is a video card that came out of my laptop recently. As you can see right here, this is called a heatsink. Okay, this metal piece right here, this is called a heatsink. One of the big problems is that, and I deal with this mostly in the field, this will get clogged with lint, dirt, dust, dog hair, cat hair, whatever. As the dirt and dust and stuff accumulates, the fan sucks it up, blows it out, or tries to blow it out. The air usually passes through this, and what can happen is dust and dirt can get trapped in here, dog hair, cat hair, and lint stuff, whatever it is will accumulate in this, and eventually it will clog these fins and nothing can pass through. So you've got air not able to flow where it needs to flow. The easiest thing to do in this situation, I'm going to steal my wife's laptop for this. My wife's laptop. My wife's laptop. This right here is where your fan sits, okay? It's got a mesh to keep some dust and stuff from getting in there, and hers is a bit dusty. We need to clean that. Air sucks up in through here, blows it out through this vent on the back, okay? When the fan spins, dust and stuff will get sucked up into the fan. It will blow it out. It'll get trapped in the fins of the heatsink. The easiest thing to do, get a can of compressed air, blow it into this vent right here. Just quick short bursts, blow it into the back of it. Do it again, blowing into this vent for the fan. Just alternate, blow it, short bursts in this way, back down this way, back up this way, and then back this way. Do that a few times, and that should help dislodge dust, lint, stuff like that. Now if you've got an excessive buildup of lint, really the best thing you can do is get into the system and clean it, and unfortunately for some people that's just not possible. You don't know how to take a laptop apart, you don't know how to get in there. If you know somebody that does, let them, if they really truly know how to do it, let them do it. That's really going to be about the best thing you can do. Some laptops have a access panel that you can pull off, sort of like this right here for the memory. They have the heatsink and the fan under that. If you know what you're doing, get in there, clean it out, do whatever you need to get it cooling again. Another topic of overheating is the ambient temperature of the room. If the room is above, I'd say probably about 85 to 88 degrees Fahrenheit, that's a little warm. If your ambient temperature is too high, that can cause your system to overheat. Because what it is, and I'll cover this in the next little bit about the proper ventilation and stuff. If your ambient temperature is too high, you're circulating warm air through the system is going to overheat. And I tried to say that without yawning, it didn't work. I'm tired, I didn't get very much sleep last night. So just to keep going real quick, the ambient temperature, you're going to circulate hot air through the system's going to overheat. The next thing is proper ventilation, which can be visited, with the dust and the lint and stuff like that. This is another topic. This is actually outside of the system, the ventilation outside. This exhaust port needs a good open area to be able to blow the hot air out, and if you have a lot of stuff accumulated around it, the hot air is going to bounce off of whatever you have sitting there, cups, Pop-Tart boxes, whatever it is, clutter on your desk. Make sure and keep that side of your laptop free of obstruction if you can. That will help a lot. Okay, because if you got hot air bouncing off those objects, it'll probably get sucked back into the laptop. You're circulating hot air through the laptop. It's going to make the laptop overheat. Desktops. We all know those desks that have those nice little cubbies. You open the door and you can set your computer right there. If the cubby has a backing to it, keep the door open on the cubby if you possibly can, because your desktop is going to be in use. It's going to be making hot air. It's blowing the hot air out of the computer, and it's going to get trapped in the cubby. If your cubby has no backing to it, make sure and have your desk away from the wall a couple inches. Make sure there's proper ventilation back there so that the desktop can circulate the air and suck in fresh air instead of just recirculated hot air that it just exhausted. So make sure that you have plenty of ventilation at the back of your computers, or wherever the exhaust is, desktops especially. If you have a cubby, keep the door open if possible. Some people put a fan blowing into the cubby. If you can remove the backing on the cubby, then great. That's probably a better thing to do. I know a lot of cubbies have a little cutout that you can run wires through and stuff. An exhaust port that big for wires is not going to cut it in most cases. You will need something bigger in order to allow the desktop to have proper ventilation out the back of it. So, dust, lint, dog hair, cat hair, stuff like that, clean out your heat sinks. Desktops are a little bit easier to clean. You can just take off the side panel, get in there with a can of compressed air and give it heck. Just blow whatever you can out. Get in the front of it. If you have a vacuum, don't touch anything with the vacuum. Vacuums do generate static electricity. That's not good for computers. You can kill some components that way. Some are safer than others. If you know what you're doing, just be careful. Just be careful if you do vacuum it out. I like to blow it out with a can of compressed air, suck up whatever falls outside of the system with a vacuum cleaner. Okay, so your ambient temperature, proper ventilation, proper circulation for the air, clean out your heat sinks and stuff. Cooling pads. I was having some overheating issues with my laptop a little while ago because I did not have proper ventilation, and even though I thought it was proper ventilation, it was not. Okay, clutter on the desk, you know how that goes. Don't really have anywhere else to put it. Well, just clean it up as best you can anyways. Just move it all onto the side of the computer that does not have the vent blowing out the exhaust. Whatever. Just make sure your cooling pads, some people use them just to keep the laptop off their legs. That's good idea, great. Have something between your legs and the laptop. Technically, they're not laptops anymore. You don't want 75 watts of power sitting on your lap. That's a bad idea. That's a lot of power. That's a lot of heat. Make sure your vents are not clogged by your leg. You set the laptop on your leg is covering up your intake vent right there. It's going to get hot real quick, and that's going to burn you. It's not pleasant. If you want a laptop cooling pad on your lap just to set the laptop on, just to elevate it, great. Great idea. These little rubber feet on the bottom of the system are here for a reason. They elevate the system enough to get proper airflow to these vents. The fan can suck up proper air, blow it out the back, keeps the system nice and cool. If you have problems with overheating, a cooling pad may not solve your issue. What a lot of cooling pads do is they blow air at the bottom of the computer. They blow it at the plastic. It's cooling the plastic off, which is nice and all, but it's not cooling the inside of the computer. This particular laptop is a little bit more ventilated on the bottom. It may help more on this one. Mine is not. I did not get any beneficial effect from my cooling pad when I had it. I actually ended up RMAing it because the fan was dying. Oh well. I didn't need it anyways. So a lot of times the cooling pads just blow air at the bottom of the system. They're cooling off the plastics. They're not actually circulating air inside the system where it matters. If it helps you, great. Great, then go at it. For me, I did not have any beneficial effect from it. Maybe 1 or 2 degrees Celsius, which is not much, and sitting at 65 degrees Celsius under load anyways, that's not that big of a concern for me, quite honestly. My system is capable of handling right up to about 80 degrees Celsius, I believe. No, that particular chip and everything is right about 92 degrees Celsius before it'll shut off due to thermal protection. Anyways, if your system's hitting 90 degrees Celsius, you got a problem. But anyways, just to keep this short, a quick recap. If you're going to lay your laptop on something, don't lay it on a shag carpet. Have it on a flat, smooth surface, a wooden desk, or a laptop cooling pad if you so decide to use that. Just something flat, non-fabric material, just so it can breathe properly. You want the laptop to be able to breathe properly. Ambient temperature, if it's too hot around the system, it's going to circulate hot air through the system. It's not going to cool effectively. Make sure you have proper exhaust ventilation. If you've got too much stuff around the back of the system or the side of the exhaust vent of the laptop, you're going to circulate hot air through the system. It's going to cause it more problems. Overheating can result in decreased performance, and it can burn you if it's a laptop. Heating problems can also cause integrity issues for the solder connections for the chips and everything. Microsoft had a big deal about this with the RAID ring of death. A lot of the problem was they were using a solder that was quick and easy to manufacture that melted at a lower temperature, and the systems were getting hot. The solder was remelting, and basically you lost good connection with the chips. So they had a big problem with that. The higher melting solder would not have had a problem with that, but too much heat inside the system can affect the integrity of the connections, and it can lessen the lifespan of your electronics. So proper cooling, proper air ventilation. Make sure that everything's clean with your heat sinks and stuff. It's just like a radiator in your car. Whenever you're driving down the highway, the fans don't need to turn on to cool off the radiator, because it's circulating air as you're driving down the highway. When you stop, you'll probably notice your fans kick on to cool off the engine. That's because there's no more air flowing through the radiator, and it's helping cool the radiator so it can keep the engine cool. That's what those fans are designed for. Anyways, hope that was beneficial for you. Sorry to make it a little bit longer than I planned, but just keep your laptops cool, keep your desktops cool, keep your electronics happy, save your wallet a little bit. Take care now.